Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the Cha-Cha Nation. My name is Hafeestonovaaka, aka Your Musical Plug, creator of the Energy Force. Welcome to another episode of the Cha-Cha Hitmaker series on the Cha-Cha Music Review Podcast. This series is where you get to know those behind the smashing hits, the top charting singles, and of course, the award-winning album. This series also allows you to learn one or two things about music production. And without wasting much of your time, let me allow my guest to introduce himself.
Hello everyone. My name is PJAY. I'm a music producer. I'm an artist as well.
All right. So, first of all, tell us what does PJAY stands for, and is that your real name or your production name, and how did you go into production in general?
The PJAY. Ordinarily, it's pronounced PJ. So, which brings it to my name, P2. That's
Okay.
my name. So, there I got PJ. And how I got into production. I think from when I was a kid, my dad actually knows music and he has been into music, but more of the cultural one. So, but back then, when it's going to all these meetings like this now, you carry me. So I play this in Yoruba, they call it Alimole, or these drums that you just play. So from there, I started going, and after then, I knew if I put my mind in this thing, I know I would know at least a bit better than I know. So I was just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And before you know, this music thing, you just have to keep learning. You have to keep working with yourself because almost every 2-3 months, different sound, which you need to know. Because if you don't know it, as a producer, nobody will teach you to come and work. So it's not a thing that you know it all. It's a thing that you have to keep working on yourself every day by day. You have to.
All right, that's nice. So, professionally speaking, now, how long have you been into music production?
Professionally speaking, I'll say 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
All right. Can you tell us the first time you ever produced a song? What was it like for you actually having, an artist in the studio and you actually producing a song? Tell us the experience. What was it like?
It was crazy though. It was magic for me that day. I think I had a friend of mine. Probably he wanted me to come to their studio to work with him.
Okay.
Then I was a bit shaky. I was nervous because I've never done that before. Like working for somebody outside my own studio then. So I went there because I was shaky, I was nervous, but it's music. Since I know this is what I want to do, and somehow the fear would want to pull you down, but I had quite the fear, and they actually made a nice music and a very lovely sound. It was shaky, it was nervous, but I overcome it, and it was nice.
All right. That was nice. Shaking nervous, by the end of the day, you were able to, overcome. Like you rightly said, you said, while you were growing up, your dad was a kind of influence because he was always taking you out, and there was always this musical instrument that they were always playing. So, at that point where you decided to say, okay, you know what, music production is the career I want to face. How was the response from your family? It's most especially, your dad. How did he receive the news, or was this something you kept away from them for a while before you broke the news, or before you tell us about that?
I think generally, every African parent, it's going to be very hard for any child to tell them, I want to go into music. they won't take it. It's very, very hard. At least 90% of parents will find it very hard to take it. Like, I sent you to school, I paid all dues for you to come out, to go have a very nice walk. Now you're telling me after schooling, the university, the service and all that, you're telling me you want to go into music. You know, it somehow it sounds crazy to them.
Definitely.
They would believe, yeah. And you know, crazy, it sounds crazy to them, but at the same time, they have a point because music, as it is right now, if you do not have the financial balance to
Okay.
put yourself in that state, it's very, very tough. And so they actually know what they are saying. But then, I have the passion. I believe it was just like a finished all horse that I chose to follow my path. And it was hard. They didn't like that I followed this path. They didn't like it at first. But then later on, they started seeing what I saw, why I choose to follow this path. And my dad's best friend, and my mom's best friend.
Like you rightly said now, you were talking about, the sacrifices you had to make, and, without,
Yeah,
if you're going into music, you need the financial backup and all that. Now, I know for a fact that
yeah,
as a music artist, now talking about maybe singers, rapper, most of
yeah,
them, when you ask them what is their biggest challenges, what they complain about is the finances. But now, as a
yeah.
music producer, where yours is just to sit and produce the song and they bring the song to you, what will you say was your biggest challenge?
So, like I already said the other time, I said I'm a music producer and I'm an artist as well. I'll just give you the way it felt while getting to be an artist. Yeah. But as a producer, I think the challenge mostly is there has to be a little bit of financial balance to us because you need to get instruments. I
Okay.
mean, what is the instrument? Because when you have your instrument, it's very easy for you to sit down in the middle of the night, rehearse with it, play with it, learn, and you know the instrument. You you need it's a big financially kind of on the top. But then the producer challenge is the financial balance too as well to get instrument. But when you get your instrument and you believe in yourself that you can try, then when you start making the beat, artists will come. Artists will come. Try that. Although there are some sacrifices that sometimes you have to work and give people beats, there is no money coming through. But then that's part of the sacrifice because when you work like that and the artist starts to promote the song, it then brings you, the producer, out for that. You understand? So that's how it is. Life itself is a sacrifice. Living on a day, like living on a daily, it's not easy. There are so many sacrifices we put into. So
All
probably,
right. So you've mentioned a lot of sacrifice, giving out free beats from beginning and all that. Well, now let's talk about the production itself. How do you get into your production mode? Like, what inspires you to make a certain beat, and how do you go about doing that?
mm, as easy as it is, you can be listening to a song and it inspires you as a producer. Like you
Okay.
can be listening to any other song and it inspires you as a producer. And at the same time, for me though, I like when I go outside, like an outdoor program, like
Okay.
maybe a club, maybe a gathering, it could be a vibe, yes. And I love to hear sound being played out loud. It inspires me. It
Okay.
inspires me. And sometimes when in the studio you have artists, the way some artists will place themselves, their vocals, it does inspire the visuals as well.
Okay.
And sometimes, you know, from all the things you have done, sometimes you just want to sit down in front of the system and be creative without nothing inspiring you. You just want to add, let's see if you try it like this. If you try it like this, is it going to come out like this? So it's just how it is.
All right, that's good. That's good. Now let's talk about those that you've worked with. I mean, like you said, you've been in the production industry now for about 4 to 5 years. I'm sure there are a lot of artists you must have worked with. Can you tell us those that you've worked with, the one you enjoy working with the most, and the ones you feel like, okay, I still want to work with this person.
I work with two Face. I work with Face. I work with Olu Maintain. I've worked with Baddy Osha. I've worked with Lemon. I've worked with, sometimes when you produce a song, yeah, for an artist, and an artist features a known artist. In other way, you can still say you work with these people, but not directly. But because
Okay.
they are on the beat you made, so in a way, you work with them. So there are people that have not worked with directly, or probably artists who work with the artists I produce work with them. So in a way, I've worked with. So anyways, I worked with, like I said, I worked with two Face directly. I recorded in, I think it was OE. Yeah, I think it was OE. And I worked with him in so many songs out there. I've worked with Badisha. I've worked with the late Stewart. I've worked with
Plenty,
a
plenty,
lot. Yeah.
plenty of them.
I worked with ice cream. I'm trying to remember. I worked with Indomie. I worked with a lot, but I can't remember. To mention with you.
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
mention. All right, let's talk about your relationship with Baddy Osha, because I think it was a Baddy Osha song that I heard of, that I took note of your production skills. That was like, it was one of his songs. I can't remember. I think it was Simbalu or so. I can't remember the particular song, but I know it was one of Baddy Osha's song that I heard of, and I felt like, okay, no, this producer, this guy is good. So, and I wouldn't lie to you, I think most of the songs I've heard from you that maybe that just naturally catch my attention are songs from Baddy Osha. So it's like, do you guys have like a very, very good working relationship, or tell me about that?
I think generally the vibe is there with me and Badisha. The synergy is there, and
Okay.
when we come together to make music, it's always positive vibe. And I traveled to Dubai last year. It was him I went to meet in Dubai, and
Okay.
it was more about music. You get it? So while I was there, it was the Corona time, so everybody was in lockdown, nowhere to go. We were inside, indoor, all day and night. What we do most is we play games, we do music, and we probably play some games and yeah, deep. But then the music part of it was soothing to me. It was very easy to understand. Like having to come together with me, go to vibe, positive vibe, and got the vibe to positive vibe. And so having to bring this energy together, it was sweet, trust me. Him, Madosha, yeah, he got energy, and I love every piece of it. This is that.
Let's also talk about the song you said you produced for Two Face or E. I mean, obviously that was like one of my favorite songs of Two Face also. How did that production come about?
Yeah, I didn't produce the song. I said I recorded him on that song.
Okay,
I
okay,
was the one who recorded him, yeah.
okay.
So yeah, having to be in the studio with him, Sulaba legend, living legend, man. Having to
Definitely.
be in the studio with him, it just made everything so easy. Sometimes you when you want to do things with some people, you just take yourself out of yourself to be
Yeah.
normal with everybody, so as everybody is going to feel comfortable with you. So I think that was what we did. It was just, we were just gisting, laughing. Only mention was in discussion as well. Everybody was just right, nothing too serious. Everybody was just having fun, touching the blues. And it was interesting to listen to. The section with two page was a very interesting section.
Okay. All right. So now, like you rightly mentioned with this Two Face, now you said you recorded the song with him. Now, for
Yeah,
those people that are
yeah.
actually listening that might want to go into production, or that really don't understand how music production works, I want you to, kind of, should I say, break it down a little bit for them. The difference, like you rightly said now, you said you didn't actually produce the song. What you did was, you recorded the song.
Yeah.
So what exactly, when you see someone is a music producer, what exactly was that person doing in the studio with an artist?
Yeah, the thing is, there is a phase
Okay.
in music. I think it starts from the artist. Sometimes it starts from the artist having the song to himself or herself, then take the song to the studio.
Okay.
Now we are in the studio. The
Yes.
first phase is a producer to make a suiting beat to the song.
Okay.
The artist.
Okay.
Sometimes the force and the beat will inspire the artist to sing. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So the producer makes a beat, and sometimes when the producer makes a beat, sometimes, okay, for instance, let me give you an example. Sometimes I'm in Nigeria, I make a beat to somebody in the US. Really want to fly down to Nigeria to record. He might want to record somewhere, probably a studio around him there
Yeah.
in the US. So that way I produce the beat, I did record the person. That's the
Okay.
second phase.
Okay.
Sometimes a producer might still make a beat and record the person. So that's the second phase of recording. Which is the second phase is the recording, yeah. The producing,
Okay.
the recording, and it gets to the third phase, which is the mix and mastering.
Okay.
The mix and mastering yes, we have mix engineers. We have a lot of mix engineers there that when a producer finishes his work, the artist is very recorded. Sometimes we have producers that mix too, and
Okay.
sometimes you don't have producers. Some producers don't mix. So they then send the data of the job to a mix engineer, and then the mix engineer will bring everything together, mix, master the song to be sweet and suiting to the air. So I
Okay.
think it's the three pieces. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's really nice. I mean, I like the fact that you've been able to clear it out. Now, there is this how am I going to say this? Okay, we all know that in Nigeria, a lot of us are always about the whiskey, the MI. We know these artists that makes these songs or that perform this song. Let me use that word. But a lot of us do not really know the producers. The people behind those hit songs. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
what do you feel about the Nigerian producers now, quote and unquote, not being recognized enough the way the artists are always being recognized in the industry?
That's a long shot though. I think, yeah, to be sincere, you're very right. You're right. To be sincere, well, it's just the way it is at the moment. It's the way it is. But to be sincere, the producers are doing a lot of great work. Because when we listen to songs,
Def-
we then see that
definitely,
producers are doing good work. And I believe
definitely.
it's growing. It's growing. The effort of the producers on the song is actually growing that if we get to a time, it would be on the same level as the artist. But for now, it's not. For now, it's not. Of course, we know in the music world, the artist is always on top of the producer. Here in
Definitely.
Nigeria, I'm not talking about the outside, I'm not talking about outside country now, I'm saying here in Nigeria. But then
Yeah.
it's growing, and it's very obvious it's growing that the producers now are having that view of an artist, the artist view, the producers are having it right now. And I believe it's growing. It will get to a time it will be of the same level. I know. For real, because producers are, I'm telling you, I'm saying this from experience, producers are doing great work and they're actually trying. People don't think the consumers out there don't really know what's going down in the studio. They don't know. They don't know.
Well,
They just listen to song and say, wow.
I think that was one of the reasons why I actually came up with this series, because I feel like a lot of Nigerian producers are doing great work, and in a way they are not
Man,
being,
kudos to all the producers.
kudos to the producer, and in a way they are not being appreciated the way they are supposed to. So I decided to come up with this series that at least maybe when people hear the stories of these producers, they can get to understand the amount of work that go down in the studio. Now, we've spoken about your musical production and all that, and like you rightly mentioned, you said you are also, a music artist. Now, let's just quickly talk about that a little bit. Now, at did you like? I want to ask, at what point did you decide to say, okay, you know what, I've been a music producer, and it's time for me to start, singing and being a music artist? What led to that decision of you deciding? I know some producers naturally they are good at singing or rapping or whatever it is they do, but some of them at times just decide to stick to the production. They don't bother going into being an artist. At what point did you decide to, okay, I want to also be an artist?
I've always been an artist, though.
Oh, really?
I've always been an artist. Yeah, from day one. I've always been an artist, and I think I was actually an artist before I started producing. And as an artist, I just in my church though, I play the piano and I sing. Sometimes you just sing, you whisper, you do that. So there's this friend I used to have then music. So sometimes I go to the studio, I see how it does things, and I can try, I can learn, I can because as a producer, I know it will then help my singing to improve. You get so
Yeah, I get.
then I was always going to studio. I learned a lot from him, which is having to go to the studio every time and close to be easy because it wasn't easy then for somebody to leave the studio for somebody else to make it up. So it was very free with me. You know, I was I was learning indirectly, just in the studio, watching him do stuff and learning while he does the thing. And just like that, I just gain interest and I like, wow, I can do this. And from there, I started pushing forward. And yeah, like I told you, it's a process and it's a working process. As a producer, it's always a working process. You don't say, yes, I know it all. No, I don't believe anybody can come now and say as a producer he knows or she knows it all because styles are coming out. Different genre are coming out every
Definitely.
time. You need to keep improving yourself because if you choose to sit on I know it all, I don't know. Don't know.
All right.
But
So,
it's just how it is.
all right, you've taken the next question out of my mouth. You mentioned styles are coming out, genre of music are coming out. I wanted to ask,
Uh,
what genre of music would you say you enjoy doing the most? Because I know some producers they have their type of music that they always want to do. They maybe 90% of their catalog is maybe hip hop or R&B or Afrobeat. What would you say yours is?
yeah, I'm a soul person. I'm a soul
Okay,
person. So whatever it is I'm doing, whatever genre I'm doing, I love to infuse soul in it. You understand? It could be Afro, it could be hip hop, it could be R&B. There has to be a touch of soul. You
okay,
understand? That's how I do. Because as a producer, yeah, Afrobeat, yes. There was a time it was Makosa all through. You don't have a choice. You have to jump on it.
you have to jump
There
on
was a
it.
time it was dancehall all through. You have to jump on it. And now it's Afrobeat. Sometimes a mixture of hip hop on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes a mixture of R&B. A lot. So as a producer, if as an artist I'm going to say, what genre do I really like? I think I love mid tempo kind of genre. Like mid tempo is not a genre. I'm saying something that's not too fast. So it could be Afro that is not too fast. It could be hip hop that is not too fast. I just love something that is not too fast because having to bring soul into something, it doesn't have to be very, very fast. But I don't have a choice. As a producer, I don't really have a choice because when I have to bring this song, and in fact, you have to still do it and make it sound good.
Good. Yeah.
You get so.
Yeah, I get.
Uh,
All right, that was good. So, yeah, about to, round up the whole interview and all that, but I like to always, ask this question so that I don't know who is listening. There might be someone out there that feels like, you know what, I want to go into production and I want them to be able to learn one or two things. So I want you to first of all tell me, for an upcoming producer or someone that wants to go into music production, what is the best music production software that a person can pick up to learn, and what advice will you also give to that person?
For me, I use Continuous.
Okay.
For them, I think it's a personal thing. As a producer, at first, you have to decide which software you want to work with, then go into it. Any software works good. Any software, in as much as you understand what you're doing. You understand? Any software works well. For me, I work with, taking the beat, I work with Excel, the Continuous. So, for an upcoming producers that want to go into production, I think firstly, I also believe you need to have passion for what you want to do. There is
Okay.
need for passion. There is need for passion. Because what I'm saying there's need for passion, you need something to drive you. And if there is no passion for it, I don't think you have the drive. You understand? So if
Yeah.
there is need for passion and there is need for you to keep learning, it's a process. Learning in process, work in process. It's always a process. There is no stopping that I know it all. Now I know it all. Yes, you can know it to an extent, but I don't think everybody can know it all. It's always a work in process. So there's possibility that you can be the best release and
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that knowledge. I really appreciate that. Now, how accessible, or let me say, how do let's say for example, someone wants to produce a song. How do they get to reach you, for someone that is listening to this conversation?
I'm on Instagram at the PJAY official ICIE
That was a PG
PJAY
official at PG
official
official.
on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram. On Twitter, beat by PJ at BATSBYPJY. Yeah, of beat by PJ on Twitter. Yeah, and you can actually send me an email to beat from PJ at gmail.com. Yeah, that way, yeah, the best from me.
Okay. Okay. All right. PJ, once again, thank you very much for doing this. I really, really appreciate. I hope we can get to do this, some other time. But right now, I really, really have to let you go. So thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
So there you have it, folks. That is the end of another episode of the Chacha It's Makers series. This series is being brought to you by Absolute Art Media, your #1 online media and digital marketing agency. It's like come away with another episode. My name still remains Hafeestonovaaka, aka your musical plug, creator of the Energy Force. Peace out.